When I was around 11, my parents bought me a game called Nancy Drew Stay Tuned for Danger. I had never read any of the Nancy Drew books, but I was immediately hooked. In the game, you're trying to figure out why someone is out to get daytime drama star Rick Arland. I love that you were able to look around the set trying to find clues, that you could talk to different people trying to piece together what was happening, and the fact that you could break into offices and snoop through people's stuff. I had never played a game like that. And honestly, I haven't played anything that's come close to feeling like those original Nancy Drew games. I tried Sherlock Holmes and Agatha Christie, but they both lacked the charm that the Nancy Drew series had. There were no food puzzles for Sherlock Holmes to do, or accidental deaths that required you to take a second chance. Her Interactive, the company behind the Nancy Drew games, is still working on the series, but in the later years, the game started to lose some of the charm that I came to love in the earlier ones. The characters weren't as likable, the stories weren't as strong. I'm looking at you, Shattered Medallion. And it felt like you had to slog through long pieces of boring dialogue to get through the game. Her Interactive's most recent release, Midnight in Salem, took a wild turn from the old games and wasn't received very well from its audience. The game was clunky and crashed on a lot of computers. The environments weren't as atmospheric, and the characters lacked depth. It seemed to me that the company was at the end of its run. With this in mind, I started to come up with my own game idea for a mystery series. I wanted to capture what it was I loved about the old Nancy Drew games while adding my own spin to it. It took 7 years for me to really get started on the game, but finally Alex Hill Whispers at White Oak Inn was being born. By the time Mystery of the Seven Keys was announced, the new Nancy Drew game, I was already all in on my game. I have hopes for Her Interactive's upcoming game, but I still think the world needs more charming mystery series like Nancy Drew. I've worked on a solid story, cast good actors for the script, and made sure there are fun interactions in the environment, and honestly, I love doing it, and I love hearing from people who have enjoyed it so far. I want to bring the same joy to people that the Nancy Drew series brought to me for many years, and that's why I'm creating the game Alex Hill. So, if you love the old Nancy Drew games, go check out my demo for Alex Hill Whispers at White Oak Inn, wishlist it on Steam, and let me know what you think. Does the world need more games like Nancy Drew?